Welcome to Partners in Crisis. I'm your therapy animal, Dr. Fuzzbee. Greg, we talked about that. What are we making Merlin? Uncomfortable. Yes. And Francine, Clark may be a mouse, but he is your partner first. And we have 2 new partners. Can you tell us about your journey to Dysfunction Junction?
Well, we've been official partners for 1 week. Happy anniversary. And we are functioning fine, better than fine. And we did sort of save the city. So this being here kind of seems like a huge misunderstanding.
Notice how she answered first, did not allow her partner to speak, and taps her foot when she's suppressing discomfort. And observe the source of her discomfort, represented by the disconnected affectation of her emotionally insecure partner. Oh. But for now, we begin by greeting our teammate. Okay, unfortunately, Karen has chosen to see Joel's smile as a sign of aggression. Hackles down, Karen. Karen, hackles down. Someone get the hose.
Money box. This is a make or break assignment. Fail and I will split you up.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
Hops and Wild?
Wild and Hops. The dream team. Sorry, Paul.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, I'm not gonna.
What happened?
The part where I'm gonna let y'all go, but the part where they was in there as opposite partners, that shit was so funny to me, man. I was in there cracking up. I was laughing like the little kids, bro. It was so dumb because they had an elephant and a mouse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. and an elephant jump up, and the mouse ain't even do that. He just like, ah! It's
So I
almost
was
like Tourette
laughing at that part
syndrome.
in the movie. You know what else I think? I think that when you go to movies, when you see stuff in the theaters, how other people receive it also may affect you also.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I'm gonna leave. I'm
That's
gonna
true.
leave. I'm gonna let that be. But I don't know who want to go first. I'll go
I'll,
second. I'll go second.
I'll
I
go.
went first last time.
I actually liked it. Like, are we doing our ratings first, or how you want
You
to
can
do
do however you want to do it.
it? I'm gonna probably give it like an 8.5, if not more. It was actually really good, and it stood by itself from the first one. The first one was good, but the second one was good as well. It had a lot of meaningful messages in there, that were okay. For instance, they go on a mission to solve the crime or whatever, and it has to do with a mayor who's a horse. His hair was popping though. A mayor who's who's a horse, and then he's afraid of snakes, which comes into play. And then you have, they're talking about how the rat tails, because in the first one it's just strictly animals, but in this one they include rat tails because 100 years ago they were banned or whatever for some stuff. Well, you come to find out when they're talking about it, it kind of reminds me of the documentary of the lake where we built our land. The black people built our land, and then the white people buried it under Lake Lanier. And it's kind of like what happened there. The reptiles were building a village, and somebody came and decided they didn't want that village or wanted to take it for themselves and buried it under snow. So it was a lot of meaningful messages in there about communication, friendships, and it was some funny parts too. Like some of the Easter eggs I saw, the dude selling the DVDs, and they were real movies, but they were changed for animals. Like instead of Tangled, it was Wrangled and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty neat. What else did I like about it? I like the little jokes. I like how they came together, not in a toxic way at the end, and kind of said, well, this is why I'm like this, and this is why I'm like this. Like they figured it out because, of course, the boss wanted to cut them off. But I liked it. It was a lot of good messages. It was fun. The beaver was kind of a little freaked out, talking about what do you say about a threesome, a twosome, and it takes something to do a threesome, then a foursome. I'm like, okay, but it was really good. I liked it. I don't want to give too much away, so
You on mute, bro?
What'd you give it?
A 8.5.
Okay. All right. I gave it a 7.5 because I like cartoon movies. Um, I really like cartoon movies. Like I think that some of the greatest movies of all time are cartoon movies. When you're talking about Lion King, Prince of Egypt, Aladdin, shit, even Little Mermaid. A lot of people don't know Little Mermaid had one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. But
Facts.
but
I see.
yeah, as a movie person, I think that animated cartoons is dope. And I also like when I can recognize when certain people are in it. Like you can recognize Idris Elba is in it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I was already familiar with the first one because I had already watched it. And I think that they did a really good job jumping off on the first one and getting into the second one. The most meaningful thing about the movie for me was the messages that they were trying to communicate. And now, as a person that's older, is tripped out because I'm watching I went to the 11 a.m. show today, right? Movie theater popping, everybody getting to it, kids is in there, and I realized that the most impactful movies are those movies. I didn't even think about it until I'm watching it from the lens that I'm watching it to come and talk about it on the show. And I would have never went to see Zootopia 2 because I don't have a little kid, right? And the first thing that I text my daughter, so tripped out. I text my daughter today and I was like, because I remember I used to take her to the show to see this type of stuff.
Mm.
And I text her today and I said, we should go to the show in the morning on the weekends. It's super fun to be packed. That's literally what I text my daughter today. Like I text her and said, we should go to the movie on the weekends and be packed. It's popping. And so she's like, yeah, let's do it. But I also realized that all of these messages are coming in to the children at the most impressionable age, and it shapes how we see society. It shapes how we see life. And so my thing was not because I know that they're able to put together a dope movie. I know that the movie, is really awesome with the action and them having a plot twist to keep your attention the whole time. The snake ain't really the villain. The real villain is the people that painted the snake out as the villain so that they can take over the links. Um, I started looking at that and I started paying attention to that. And it was like they really are telling us, and I think that what actually I'm gonna give it an 8. The best part of the movie for me was the person that was supposed to help them is really the one that want to be down the most because it's a reflection of real life and it really teaches kids. It really like showcased how we think as a society, right? From the links really trying to freeze it out and how they trying to how the government works, right? How a lot of powerful entities work, how powerful families work in order to keep power and continue to do things. How sometimes they leverage or you can know that something is wrong, but they'll want to be down so bad that they'll do the wrong thing and be the most deceitful amongst them to try to get stuff done. All of that type of stuff. The painting of somebody to be bad, even though you're not necessarily the wrong one or you're the bad one. And then even the police, right? The other police officers, and of course it was like hippos and shit, but the police officers and how they play a role, how the mayor is just a figurehead, right? And that's what the people that's behind the scenes, like they tell you all of that stuff in the movie, and they're teaching children, which they could put whatever message they wanted into it, but they're teaching children how the world works and how you have to be situationally aware and how you have to be a critical thinker. And so I think that that's probably the most that I took out of it, which is why I upgraded it from a 7.5 to an 8, because I thought that it was entertaining the whole way through. I think that they really, really did justice to the first Zootopia. And I think that the messages was on point and it was the perfect length. And, I think that they did a really, really good job on that movie. And I'm very critical of cartoons because I think that there's some epic cartoons. I wouldn't mind watching that again, like on some casual shit. I wouldn't mind just throwing that on And that's definitely the type of movie that I would take. I would have took my daughter to see. So I'm gonna upgrade it from a 7.5 to an 8.
Did y'all see the reference of the game, The Hungry Hippos? Okay, you was fan of.
Oh yeah,
Seen a
And
lot of
in the swamp.
the behind the scene credits.
yeah.
Okay. I
It
didn't
was a
want
lot. It was a lot of. I like those movies because it's a lot of Easter eggs in it too.
Hella Easter eggs. I
Mhm.
didn't even think about that in the swamp.
There was a lot of Easter eggs in that movie.
Behind the scene credit, but I'm gonna let Slimmy go before I even mention it.
When I saw that this was the only film there, I was just like, oh shit. How do I get to watch Zootopia? How am I here? And I wasn't gonna cheap out and just watch the second one. So as I'm watching the first one, I'm going in here with very low expectations.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just like, this is just some kids film. There's going.
I mean, you like kids films. What are you talking about?
I do, but I still felt like I didn't know nothing about it. So I was just like, you know what? Don't expect much from this. It's just they just probably mailed this in. They used probably a great cast to do the voiceover and just didn't have no real story. That's what I went in here. Don't expect much. So when I see they really took their time to show this place Zootopia. They really took their time because you don't see it right away, even in the first one. So you just hearing it. And I didn't think they was gonna make this huge thing. Man, I was blown away. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Then when you get deeper into it, this shit got all type of messages. It's like they did their thing with the first one. So I'm like, all right. The second one, I'm not big on sequels. They always mess up the sequel. Oh, they ain't messed this up. They didn't mess it. Like visually, it's good. The soundtrack is dope. Obviously, it's well written. They cast it well.
Yeah, they did.
You could easily get us an 8.
Yeah,
Easily. And then all the messages, man, it's just they did well. I cannot complain. They did well for this to be a kids film when they actually show how they framed the serpents and the reptiles to not be able to be in it. It's almost like they set this second movie up from the first one. Is like they didn't show no reptiles.
Yeah.
And it made sense. And it's hard for a freaking sequel to hit like that.
It is.
Where they bring things all the way back and it still all coincides. You got the old mare in there. You know what I'm saying? She's still trying to make a play. And she just all over the place. She get out everything. And then what's crazy about it is I find myself loving Hops and Wild's relationship.
Yeah.
And how the way that the character growth, all the character development from the first and the second film, and then they actually go through some real shit. They go through some real things, and they actually find out that they need each other and they love each other, and they have a camaraderie that they built just off the strength of running into each other on the street.
Yeah.
Man, this film is incredible, man. Like I can't believe that it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It is wild, man. They did a great job. I think a lot of movies can take from this and figure it out. They did a great job, man. I don't have no complaints, man.
What'd you give it?
I give it a 8. I give it an 8. I give it an 8. But it's hard to it's hard to go any lower than that, honestly.
I might go 8.5, bro.
It's hard to go lower than that. Because in the first one, I can't even go lower than that for the first one. I think they're both incredible films. It's hard to top an original with this is all new.
I might go.
All makes sense.
And
You
it
going
was
8.5?
hard.
I'm honestly, I'm this might be a higher than that.
It might be. We might be underrating it because it's a cartoon. But there's so many messages in there.
A lot.
Man, like the fact that they're talking about how the mayor was literally just being manipulated.
Yeah.
Being manipulated. Like the police force. This is, I mean, they showing you in a cartoon, but this is real life.
Mm-hmm.
They're using the animals, but this is real life. It's real life.
Yeah.
That's a solid film. And I from somebody going in there with no expectations.
Yeah.
Shit, they got me.
I wasn't expecting to get as many messages as I received from it either. So
Yeah, they got me. They got me, man. I can't cap. I will definitely watch it again. Shit, it made me wish I had I could take some kids to go see it.
No, it's really, 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 really good. Like really
Yeah,
good, bro.
that's a well thought out film, man. They didn't cheap out with that sequel, man. Like they could have easily mailed that sequel in and just used it as a money grab.
Yeah.
That theater was full.
It was so good where I wind up kind of getting caught up in the film when they were going through the water, the snake tunnel.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, like how they gonna get out of this?
Yeah. I'm thinking like, wait a minute. They said you're not gonna have enough air. Wow, how they?
Yeah. Her partner got her though.
I'm just like, what are they gonna do? Yeah, that. Yeah. Woo.
So did you see?
It may be a 9, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it at an 8.5. I'm gonna keep it at 8.5, but it's a really good. It's a really, really, really good film, bro.
Yeah, they did their thing, man. I salute them for that. I salute them.
And with that end scene credit, with the bird feather flying down, only lets me know
they coming back.
And it's gonna be birds.
Oh, yeah, they had one of the highest openings internationally ever.
What?
Bro, I just looked it up because I had to find out what the international, because obviously it opened over Thanksgiving weekend this week.
Oh yeah, that is true,
bro.
They picked the perfect time.
That film earned $556 million.
What? Woo!
It's the highest international opening ever for an animated movie, bro.
He did their thing.
Man, hey, Avatar got their work cut out for him.
It's the highest international opening ever for an animated movie.
Woo!
It said it's a record-setting global box office. It made over 400 million internationally alone.
That's crazy.
They're 156 million in North America alone.
Woo!
They shut that shit down. They killed it, bro.
Fuck. I knew something was up because when I saw so when I go to buy my tickets online, I was like, damn, can I get to the next, like, will the next film work? Because I went to see him back to back.
Yeah.
And then I saw like it was one seat left for Zootopia. I was like, what the fuck?
That's how I got caught up in between parents. When I selected when I was on a plane ride to Tampa, I thought that I was going to see Zootopia last night because, the way I was setting it up was I said, all right, I got to watch both of these movies and I got to see, I'm going to do Eternity. I thought I was going to do Eternity today and I was going to do Zootopia last night. First of all, I couldn't get a fucking ticket, bro. Last night, I couldn't get a ticket. I was on the plane on a Wi-Fi buying my ticket. So I said, all right, skip it. I'm going to go first thing in the morning. I select the 11 a.m. show. And bro, it was only like 4 seats total in the entire theater. And so I bought my ticket right for an 11 a.m. show. I bought my ticket right then and there, bro. And I was like, what the fuck is happening with Zootopia? Why is like, that's not something that we was really talking about. Like, we wasn't thinking about Zootopia. I didn't know that it was going to be that good, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But the crazy part was when I moved over to the next movie, I was just like, well, maybe I'll go a little, to the next one. Hell no, that shit was done. Shit was done. It was sold out. I was like, whoa. I immediately had to go back and get that last ticket. I don't know if it was like that for the rest of the day. No, it probably was like that for the rest of the day because those was football hours. So if they not watching, if they don't care about Ohio State, then the rest of the day gonna be booked up.
Bro,
the rest of the night gonna be booked
I
up.
went 11 a.m. on a Sunday, and it
Woo.
was full.
Yeah.
So
That's heavy.
that shit
That's
hit.
heavy.
It hit, bro. It was a good movie. That was a really good movie. That movie made me appreciate the theaters. It made me appreciate animation. It made me appreciate everything. It was really, 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 really good, bro.
Yeah, that
I
shit
think
hit.
that part of the reason that some movies are good though is because we don't have no expectations for them.
Yeah. That was unsuspecting. Very unsuspecting. And I've seen them both back to back. So it's just like, damn. Shit caught me all the way
And
off
I'm
guard.
trying to throttle the shit like, nah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Then I start thinking about it like, nah, that shit was good. It was really, really good, bro. So
Hell yeah.
I had to backtrack after we talked about it, and y'all start bringing up certain messages and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that was a really well written movie, bro.
Yeah, I'm wondering who I'm gonna have to go look at the director and the writer and all that. I'm gonna have to go look at some of their other work because I might want to check something else out, honestly. Because
I
they
just
did a
looked
hell
it
of a
up
job.
like, is everybody else singing at Zootopia too? And then I realized they did over 550 billion
Woo!
on this weekend alone.
Gosh, Jesus.
Yeah.
They,
You know they come up with a part 3 all day long.